Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Theresa discovers Alex exercising weights in their living room without a shirt, she gasps. He inquires as to her thoughts on this offer to take over Bella magazine. Claiming to be self-aware, she expresses her doubts about the wisdom of things developing between them on a personal level. Alex believes they are old enough to work it out if it occurs. If it becomes too strange for her, though, he will understand. No, she replies. Everything is hers. She refers to the job that is. She is welcomed to the team by Alex, who understands what she means. As they talk about what to do next, sexual tension rises and double entendres are exchanged. During a chilly breakfast at the pub with Stephanie, Chad criticizes Everett's piece regarding Leo's acts of love. Who the hell would have thought it was a good idea to turn Leo Stark into a folk hero? While Stephanie gladly accepts the credit, she is aware that Chad is genuinely simply angry over Everett. Chad gets all worked up over her taking him on as a client and his return. As Xander contacts Sarah from across the Spectator newsroom, Everett reads his report about Leo Stark. After Maggie's anniversary, Xander says he's calling to check if the divorce proceedings are resumed. Sarah agrees, but she queries why he is actually phoning. Could he be threatening to back down and not call Eric to testify against her? As Xander and Sarah argue, Everett decides not to text Stephanie. Sarah hangs up and tosses her phone aside as Maggie walks into the curious living room. In order for her to go to work and later court, she begs Maggie to monitor Victoria. Maggie concurs. She planned to shop for Christmas, but she'll hold off till Sarah has some spare time. She needed assistance getting Konstantin something. Sarah makes a funny expression. Is he intending to remain here until Christmas? Steve confronts Konstantin in the square for misrepresenting the tablecloth he purchased for Maggie. Konstantin claims that by claiming that it came from Victor's villa, he was only attempting to cheer her up. In order to avoid upsetting her, Steve won't inform her. However, it must not be a recurring theme. If you take any action that harms her, Konstantin assures us he wouldn't. He valued Victor greatly, and he also values his widow. Steve, with his steely eyes, watches him go. Xander at the publication congratulates Everett on their unprecedented number of views and clicks. Xander thinks he made a wise choice in hiring Everett, but he is concerned about their unstable finances. Everett acknowledges that he could have done more research before taking the position, but he is happy that he chose to work with the top public relations agency in the area. Stephanie really delivered. Chad and Stephanie are still arguing at the pub over her being hired by Everett instead of any other PR agency in the area. Steph accuses him of jealousy. Chad believes she intended to test Chad's resolve to her more than anything else. Stephanie declares he's dead wrong, her face sullen. She does not want to feel compelled to be in a relationship. She desires a partner who shares her feelings and desires. That individual is Chad, but he pauses before saying anything he'll later regret. He goes out, leaving money on the table. Steve visits John at home and suggests that they look into Maggie's new acquaintance. John defends Konstantin by playing devil's advocate. Steve reminds him that they just heard Konstantin's version of events with Victor, whose background is rife with dubious activities. John concurs that it would be good to get the truth from Victor, and perhaps they can. Maggie informs Sarah at the mansion that although she doesn't know Konstantin's plans, he is welcome to stay. She wants to pay him back for his generosity. Sarah is talking to Konstantin behind his back, worrying that Maggie is becoming too close to him so quickly. Sarah is beginning to feel as though he is expecting something in return for all of these presents. Konstantin scowls and bolts around the corner. Although Maggie is on the defensive, she recognizes Sarah's worry and is showing her friend the decency she knows Victor would have desired. All Sarah wants is for her to use caution. Maggie shoots back, maybe you should mind your own business. Stephanie gets up to leave her table as Everett enters the pub. He gives her credit for her approach to the Leo narrative. She admits that Chad isn't quite as excited. Stephanie introduces Alex to Everett as he strolls in. If he's the one who abandoned her, Alex queries. Chad visits the Spectator to seek Xander. Because the paper is a legacy of Thomas and Charlotte, he requests to purchase his part of it. Following some debate, Xander surmises that Chad truly wants the paper to fire Everett for employing Stephanie. Saying that his motives are irrelevant, Chad extends an offer to him. Thanking him, Xander believes that having the paper will support his custody claim. No transaction. Theresa tells her mother about her new employment with Alex over the phone while she's at the apartment. She acknowledges that she likes him a lot but maintains that they are not sleeping together. When Konstantin answers the door, she hangs up. If Alex doesn't help him maintain Maggie's and win Sarah's trust, he threatens to tell Alex everything. Maggie apologizes to Sarah at the estate for her harsh tone, but she must come to her own conclusions regarding Konstantin. Sarah concurs and assures you that she would never allow someone to exploit her. Maggie is watching Victoria in her bassinet when Konstantin returns to her after Sarah has left for work. Maggie complains that it's one gift too many when he offers her flowers. He says she is to carry the flowers to Victor's mausoleum. While she leaves, he offers to monitor Victoria. Back at home, John proposes that he and Steve speak with Greeks regarding Konstantin. With a sparkle in his eye, he says, "Let's get the full story." Alex forewarns Stephanie that Chad disapproves of her spending time with her ex after learning of Everett's coma. After getting a coffee, he exits the pub. Stephanie is made fun of by Everett for dating Alex. "You truly travel well," he remarks, beaming. Chad calls from the square and says he's the last person they expected to hear from. "You need to help me." Sarah is found at the hospital by Xander. He asks aggressively, "What the hell are you trying to pull now?" Theresa enters the Kyriakis estate covertly to meet with Konstantin after Maggie has left. He gestures to Victoria, who is in the bassinet. She states that she doesn't feel good about this while sporting a black sweatshirt over her golden hair. Konstantin is unconcerned. "Theresa, you made your bed. You now know what needs to be done, so take the baby. It's safe to assume that Dmitri will return sooner rather than later if Leo decides to stay. Furthermore, it doesn't seem possible that the program would write Dmitri out that quickly given Peter Port's contract. And nothing will be able to stop him from leaving Salem or keeping him down for very long if he's anything like grandfather Stefano. Even if the Phoenix would conduct things that Dmitri could only imagine, they would always manage to get away with it. Out of all of Stefano's children, Megan is the one who reared Dmitri and has the greatest resemblance to his most evil characteristics. Even if Dmitri isn't here right now, we have a good feeling he will return. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.